Iya, iya. Lo ada temen lagi nggak Bang Fe? Ya siapa?
Udah menang, ganti aja. Menang Korea kali ya.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning. We have Ibu Hong, Pak Hendra, Pak Edi, Bu Rose, and other lecturers that I cannot mention one by one. I cannot find where you are. So if you are going to ask me to become co-host, do DM me so that I can find you later on. I'm going to start the class as soon as possible, and I'm waiting for Mr. Scott, who is going to be here with us today. And for the students as well, I'm sorry, I'm sabotaging your class today. Hey, I'll share the PowerPoint first. Okay, class. Hopefully that you can see my slides as clearly as the sunshine today. And we are going to talk about one of the topic of SDG in education, about English literacy, and the subtopic is what can you do without English language literacy. There are a lot of programs that are joining us today, and I have, I think, around 50 classes. So I'm quite surprised as well that I have a lot of people. It feels like I'm having an online digital concert today. So that's why I'm asking one of my friend, a native speaker from Essex, UK, to help me. And there would be a Q&A session with him. And I hope that all of the students who are participating are going to be actively participated as well in the Q&A session. If you have questions about English, about how to communicate well in English as well, you can ask this gentleman as well. So the lesson today, the lesson objective today, by the end of this lesson, I hope that you can engage in interactive activities to reflect on the impact of English language literacy on daily activities and opportunities, especially regarding your career path. And before we start everything, I'm going to introduce myself first. Hi, I'm Destia, and currently I'm teaching at Hotel Operations Program UMN. So basically, you can always see me and find me at Prasanti Restaurant, Gedung D, third floor. Also, not only English, but I also teach pastry and bakery. And I love going to music concerts, playing games, especially Cookie Run Kingdom, reading books, and do a leisure traveling as well, like Miss Rose over there. And then today, just like what I've told you, I'm going to be with Mr. Scott Fox. He's still young, by the way, guys. Okay, 24 years old. He's from Essex. Hi, Mr. Scott. If you're here, say hi to the students today. And then he is an ESL teacher from Speakwise. And you can always find him as well at UMN if you are joining the CED. CD? Yes, CD. And then he will explain a little bit about CD later on. He's a bachelor from psychology from Anglia Ruskin University. So this one is a quote that I take from him. One of his greatest joys in his life is teaching, because the look of his students' face after a well-executed lesson is priceless. Okay, we are going to ask about it later to him. The lesson for today, more to the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goal, as part of our topic. In a minute, over here, yeah, is about how do you feel when you encounter a situation where you have to use English, and aside from English presentation in your class, aside from there, maybe you do traveling abroad, and then you have to speak in English, and then you have to be able to answer in English. Maybe it's frustrating if you cannot speak at all. And maybe other time if you need to deliver, or maybe to present about your products to a customer or clients in English as well. So over here, maybe there would be several situations that you need to use English. And I want you to share about it just a little bit. Some of you, I'm going to call some of your name. Wait a minute. Let me check. There are more than 1,000. Okay, wait a minute. If there are more than 1,000, you can always join the YouTube streaming link. Mr. Eddie, can you help the YouTube streaming link that is given from Pa Simon to the meeting chat maybe? So that everyone who is not able to join the Zoom can join the YouTube streaming link. Thank you. Kalila Alicia, Kalila. Okay, aside from English class, aside from English presentation, have you ever encountered any situation where it is crucial to use English, by the way? Wait a minute, I'm going to spotlight you. And then can you unmute yourself, by the way? No, yeah. Wait. I'm still having difficulties in here. Stop share first. Okay. You can share. Can you unmute yourself?
Okay.
Yes, okay. Can you share?
Oh, okay. I think other than English class, I have
Oh, I cannot hear your voice.
encountered a situation. Oh, sorry.
We can, Miss Ades.
That's okay. Oops.
I think your microphone cannot work, yeah?
We can hear
Uh,
Kalila. I can hear Kalila.
Oh, sorry. Okay, one more.
Okay, test.
Speaker cannot work.
Wait, I think I should find my microphone first.
No, it's okay. I can hear you clearly now.
Oh, okay. So to answer the question, I did encounter a situation where it's crucial to use English before this, and other than English class. I actually went overseas last year, and all of the people there are using their local languages or English, so I have to force myself to use English then. And actually, I'm not really that used to talk in English with foreigners, so it's quite hard for me to say the right words. But I did. If I need to buy something, I can just what's the word? Like
How much?
I can try apa?
Point?
The Indonesian word is nunjuk-nunjuk. I forgot the English
Pointing.
word. I'm sorry.
Pointing
Yes.
the
Yeah,
stuff.
I can point the stuff, and I can ask how much is this, and use Google Translate sometimes if I forgot some words, just like before this. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, thank you, Kalila.
Thank
And
you.
so it's a time when you are traveling, yeah? Again, yeah?
Yes, it's kind of tough, especially if you're not used to it.
All right, thank you. And then another story, maybe from Septian Abimanyu. By the way, guys, can you turn on your camera? I want to see your lovely face on the weekend. It's exact time before you go on a date, actually. Abimanyu, are you there, Abimanyu? Okay. It's not answering me. I'll ask Mumtaz then. Mumtaz Al-Khawarij.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay. Hi. Okay, how about you?
Okay, I think uh
Kerja.
I have the same situation as Kalila, which is when I travel around. Yeah, sometimes I need to use my English.
Kenapa, Teh? Aku bisa
Okay. Where did you go, by the way? Can you share
Uh,
more story about it?
Last year I went to London and Scotland.
So, do they use English?
Yes, of course.
Yes, okay. So, is it difficult for you to use English over there, or is it difficult for you to understand their English accent?
I think I can understand them, but I don't think I am fluent enough to answer their questions.
Okay, okay. Thank you, by the way, Mumtaz.
Thank you.
Over here, I have Eric Wang. Eric Wang answer, English is crucial for him because it's helping him in searching reference for his essay. Eric Wang, can you share more about this? What kind of essay that you wrote?
First of all, excuse me that I cannot open my
No problem.
camera.
Okay.
I use it so that I can learn more about the topics.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes I lack in the knowledge of the topics, so I decided to search it in the internet.
Okay. So what type of essays that you are making?
It depends. Usually it's homework that is like from computer architecture.
Mm-mm.
So I just search computer architecture stuff.
I see.
Usually most stuff that is usually computer architecture are also usually found in English. So yeah, it was crucial.
So do you write especially for a real publication or only for homeworks and school assignments?
School assignment.
School assignments. Okay, I thought that you are from journalism, so you have to work for publication. No, yeah?
No.
Okay, thank you by the way, Eric. And then we have Kidum. Kidum, I kind of want to answer, but I cannot. Okay, no problem. You can answer it. You can answer the questions.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
For me, I have a lot of friends who are from abroad, like online, that I meet online. And on the internet, the language they use is mostly English, so I usually use English in my internet life.
Oh, so you use it for chatting
Mm-hmm.
with your friends, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, how do you meet up with them? Like, for example, people usually befriend online, or do you meet them before the online time, the online or digital times?
Well, during the pandemic, everyone was kind of stuck at home, so it was a lot easier for me to make friends with people from all over the world.
I see, I see. And then, does it help you a lot in learning English until now then?
Not really. I just speak how I usually speak with them. Also, a lot of things that I like the media that I watch, like cartoons and like TV shows and movies and musicals and games and all that stuff are a lot of in English. So I think those help me most of the time when learning English.
See. How about how in those what is it? The communication with your friends helps you in your program, in your school tasks and everything.
You mean like how communicating with my friends helps me in like classes and stuff?
Yes.
I think conversationally, it's a lot easier for me to talk, but like informal language wise, I still struggle with it, if that makes sense.
Okay. Thank you. By the way, your English is really nice.
Thank you.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to make Mr. Scott as a co-host first. Okay. Then my last students to ask is Felis Liana. Hi, Felis. Okay, can you share a little bit about this one? Have you encountered this station where it is crucial for you to use English?
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
So I think English is very crucial, especially when talking to my online friends. I made a friend from Korea, but he's actually live in American, so I usually speak English to him in Discord.
Friend or boyfriend?
No, friend, he's
Okay.
younger than me. 4
Okay.
years younger than me.
Okay, and then so it's important for you to be able to speak with your friends online, yeah?
Yeah, since online like social media, like using English is very like crucial.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Felice.
Yeah, no problem, miss.
Wait a minute. Again, I'm going to close the yeah. I'm going to mute again, yeah, for everyone because there are some of you who opened the mic again. Okay, so I'm going to start with the presentation. It only takes like 10 minutes maybe. So I'm going to share about the significance of English language in today's globalized world because you already mentioned about how English is very important. You talk with most of your friends nowadays with English, and you met most of your friends as well online during the pandemic. Again, understanding the significance of English language literacy in today's globalized world is very paramount. Here are some of the key points that highlight its importance. The first one is for global communications. Sorry guys, can you turn off your microphone? Okay, thank you. So English serves as a lingua franca, connecting people from different linguistic backgrounds. Proficiency in English facilitates effective communication and enables individuals to interact seamlessly in diverse international settings. You will find people around the world now chat in different platforms as well, different social media, and also you can find maybe tutors from all around the world as well in different applications. And for education and learning, English is the predominant language of academia. Eric just said now he find more research journals and also more sources in English. You can also find scholarship, especially in university that use English for their language offers. As English as their basic language offers, and then proficiency in English allows you to access a vast array of educational resources, ranging from textbooks and also academic journals to online courses and educational platforms. How about career opportunities? Again, in today's interconnected world, many multinational companies use English as their primary language for business communications, and proficiency in English enhances employability and also open doors to a wide range of career or opportunities, both domestically and internationally. You can find many multinational companies in Indonesia as well, and usually they only open and offers job for people who are proficient in English. For access informations, the majority of information available on the internet today are in English. So proficiency in English grants individuals access to a wealth of information, including news, research finding, and cultural contents, thus broadening their horizons and enriching your knowledge base. However, you need to be able to have a critical and analytical thinking skills as well, because you need to differentiate between hoaxes. Okay, and then for the fifth one is the cultural exchange and understanding. You know, you have friends abroad, you have friends from different countries, but it doesn't mean that your relationships are going to be okay. You need to develop more interpersonal and intrapersonal skills as well. So over here, the understanding for people around the world, it means that you need to be able to understand their culture, behavior as well. English serves as only a bridge for the cultural exchange and the understanding. Proficiency in English enables you to engage with diverse cultures, literatures, films, music, and art forms from around the world, and fostering cross-cultural appreciation and also empathy. It doesn't mean that you can use English then you can understand their culture. No, but you have to again foster yourself to learn the interpersonal and intrapersonal skills as well. And then for global citizenship, now I cannot say that I'm Indonesian or English is only for British people anymore, because everyone around the world is using English. So in an increasingly interconnected world, especially when all of the people around the world is using English with their own accent, with their own English word, proficiency in English is essential for active participation in global dialogues on pressing issues. Many kind of issues, including the climate change, human rights, social justice, you name it. So English language literacy empowers individuals to contribute meaningfully to global discussion initiatives. Even you guys, even though you are still in the second year, I think if you're joining any competition or conference, or maybe you write any publication for any like media, yeah, abroad, it can change something globally. And also for travel and tourism, some of your friends also mentioned that they have traveled around the world. They have traveled to England as well. So English is widely used in the travel and tourism industry, even in my program as well in hospitality. Most of my students are forced, not it's because of they want to use English in the classroom, but they are forced to use English because proficiency in English is a must in service industry. English facilitates smooth travel experience, from booking accommodation, navigating transportation, interacting with locals, experiencing different cultures. So even if you go to hotels and if you cannot speak the language of the nation, you need to be able to speak English, right? At least to greet the guests and then to do a reservation, check-in and check out. Then, sorry. Okay. And then we have technology over here. The technology and innovation, obviously students from IT knows it best. English is the language of innovation and technology. So proficiency in English enables individuals to stay updated on the latest technological advancements. You can collaborate with international experts, participate in global innovations, and then also the networking. It will help a lot in the improvement of technology, especially for doing a research in the terms of innovations. And then for diplomacy and international relations over here, English is part of the language of diplomacy and international relations. It doesn't mean that if we cannot use English, then we cannot become a diplomat. But if you can speak English fluently, it can help you a lot. Especially, it is crucial for you to understand about the law, the regulations, and then also to engage in diplomatic negotiation, to forge alliances, to address global challenge collectively. And there would be a lot of things that can be benefited if you can speak English fluently when you work in international relations. And lastly, for your personal and professional development, I think from 1,000 or more than 1,000 students here, 100% students will agree with me that being able to speak English fluently will gain more benefit compared than not able to speak English fluently. For having speaking English nowadays is no longer a competitive advantage for me, because some of my students who can easily work abroad, they are no longer need English as their English, because they need more or other language to speak, like Korean, Chinese, or Japanese, or maybe other like Spanish and Italian. So, or maybe French, because English is a must to become our second language, I believe. People everywhere use it. Ultimately, English language literacy is not just about mastering a language, by the way. It's about empowerment. Proficiency is in English enhances individuals' personal and professional development, equipping us with the skills and confidence to navigate the complexities of the modern world, and also pursue our aspiration for our career path in the future. So these are the significance of English literacy in today's globalized world, which I hope you, as the Gen Alpha, the Alpha generation nowadays, understand more what is the role of English for you as you graduate from UMN. And hence, if you are still having difficulties in speaking, writing, listening, and also reading English books, I believe that you need to explore more, to applicate English more in your daily lives, especially if you have have dreams to work in multinational companies and also to go abroad, to travel more, and maybe to know Mr. Scott Fox more. Okay, so we have Mr. Scott over here. Mr. Scott, you can come, and then we are going to start our Q&A session today.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Scott. See, look how handsome he is. Okay, Mr. Scott, you
Fine.
can start with introducing yourself first, and then share your thoughts about what is or why is English is important for all of us. And guys, don't forget to open your screen or camera. Thank you.
Yeah, so hello everyone.
Temen
So yeah, my name is Scott Fox. I'm from England, Essex, London. I'm one of the teachers of CED UMN, and I'm talking about the importance of using English in this today's society, really. So well, how is everyone, first of all? You all good? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Maybe everyone can show any reactions, like giving the thumbs up if you're good.
Nice. Well, anyway, so English is important, well, in this global time anyway, because connections and things like that, and the countries and cultures. So, like you said, traveling abroad and everything else is very, English is like the international language that everyone is well using. So, yeah, as you go abroad, you will encounter different scenarios like, navigation and the restaurants if you want to eat or things like that. The first language everyone will be going to is English. So, this is why it's very important to study English, learn English, to get yourself by through these hard times, really. So, yeah, so businesses, business opportunities, education opportunities. If you want to go study abroad in England, America, Canada, anywhere you want, really. Yet again, English. So businesses, if you want to start a business, you also need to make the connections and everyone with everyone else. I'll give you an example of someone in Indonesia. So I know some guy in Indonesia that his English was quite bad, but when he studied English, he decided that he wanted to take it a bit further. So he joined this business, and now he's a translator for one of the biggest businesses. So what he does is he goes abroad with his boss, because his boss, his English is not very good. So he goes abroad with his boss to these different countries, and he translates in Indonesian to English. You know what I'm saying? So, how can the English language be an essential? Yeah, like I said, travel, navigation, education, and career. So, if you want to take your career further, as in like, yeah, the business or anything else. Does anyone here want to start a business? Or are you looking to travel abroad to like to go to university or something else? Like can you hear me?
Yes, just now Deselia raised their hand, and then Desta,
Oh, wait, how do I see that? I don't even know how to see that.
because you're using the handphone, right? The
Yeah,
smartphones.
because my
Okay. Yeah.
laptop is
So
not.
should I just call out some students who raise their hands?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so Desta over here raised the hands. You want to go abroad, Desta?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Where is it you want to go?
Mm, maybe go to Germany or London, I think. I don't
Germany
know.
or London? Nice. Well, you want to go there to work or just to travel?
Just travel.
Just
Get
traveling.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, well, yeah, again, for your location and like if you want to, navigate around London or Germany, the first language they'll go to is English, obviously. But yeah, like you say they give you directions, like go straight, turn left, turn right, you have to learn the ways to go. You have to learn the exact, English for the directions because they're not going to be like, oh, dudus kiri kanan, So yeah, you have to learn that. Even social media, social media. Say you want to get like a job on your computer doing online work or anything like that. You still need to communicate with finance teams and other social media influencers maybe. But if you want to ask a question, you can.
Mm,
Does anyone have any questions?
nah, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah, thank you.
Decent. Anyone else? So, well, as you know as well, most of the world's, top books and movies and music are all English. So, like I've seen with a lot of people from different countries, they learn English from like social media and like movies and even books and also music. So, do you? I have a question for do you lot find that music and movies and things like that kind of help you with learning English?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, personally speaking, yes.
Definitely.
Right. Decent. So on social media and things like that, like you said, a lot of your friends, you know, speak English from different countries. So is there ever like a language barrier between you and your friends? Like, do you ever forget words or are they like, 'cause I can't remember who it was, sorry, but you said your friend was from Korea. So is there ever like a language barrier where you can't really communicate properly because of, they don't know the English, you don't know the English? No? Yeah. Okay. How's English like? What do you find the best way you have learned English? Like, is it the movies, the music? Like, what's the best way? Is it just like talking online to your friends? How do you find learning English is the best way? Someone want to raise hands? How do I see this?
Someone raised the hand. Okay, Teresia. Teresia raised the hand.
Some
can answer.
answers in the chat box.
Oh, okay.
Oh, from games and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I've seen it also. Like there's a lot because I also play games. So like I see a lot of people from like Germany, France, Italy, things like that. They all, learn a lot of English through the game. Especially if you go on like Overwatch or like CS:GO or something. You meet a lot of toxic people, but yeah, your English is still good though. So has any other like social media influenced you? Like, do you have like a favorite influencer that social media has, kind of influenced you to speak more English?
Kidung
Like,
raised the hand. Kidung?
Hello? Yeah, sorry, my internet died for a
Hello.
second there. Yeah, I wanted to say when it comes to like the TV shows and media that we consume most of the time, I think it helps a lot because we get to see how, well, characters, I guess, how the characters interact with each other and speak in English. So like conversational English is really helped with through the media that we watch and
Yeah, that's
stuff.
true. Yeah. So what do you watch? Do you watch like Breaking Bad or something?
Oh, I watch cartoons.
Oh, cartoon like SpongeBob.
Yeah, ever since I was a kid, I guess. I think watching cartoons helped me um speak English a lot more, especially stuff like Dora the Explorer. She would like invite you to say things with her,
Yeah.
and also like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and stuff. They always like invite like interact with the kids and wanting to teach them things. And I think, yeah.
Yeah. See, like, yeah, that's the way to do it, really, starting from the basics. You know, even me learning Indonesian, I have to kind of, you know, my Indonesian's on the level of a toddler, you know, so my my Indonesian's not very good. But yeah, so yeah, it's like cartoons, things like that. Yeah, that's a very good way to learn English. Um, especially especially like uh Breaking Bad and like Walking Dead, things like that, where you can create a bond with these characters. You know what I'm saying? Like creating a bond with these characters, um, kind of encourages you, like it pushes you more to be like understanding of what's happening. So yeah, that's a very good way to do it actually. Movie like music also like that, like Drake and like Taylor Swift. I don't really know what you listen to. But yeah, music like that also, it's very clear, except from mumble rap. Mumble rap is not clear in music. Don't listen to that stuff. But normal rap and music stuff like that, it's very um, you know, easy to understand. So the do you the people that play games and things like that, do you usually just like sit on the game and talk English to people? Or do you like play it? Because I've seen on some games people just sit there and just talk, especially on Discord and things like that. Like, is that what you do?
More or less.
Yeah. Like, what kind of games do you play? Do you play games like what's that VR one? VR chat or something? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I see that's good for English also. But so,
Mr.
oh
Scott,
yeah.
someone raised their hand as well.
Oh,
Sophia,
okay.
please do so. If you have any question.
Yeah, so I want to talk more about how social media impacts our skills for English, because I think these days almost all social media uses English, like even without you realizing it. Like, for example, TikTok, I think people use a lot of TikTok nowadays, and I think even Indonesians now are starting to get used to more English content, especially people around Jakarta, because people in Jakarta use a lot of like English slangs, I suppose. And I think it definitely has a big impact. And yeah, like social media like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, like I think it just depends on how exposed you are to English content. I don't think it actually matters what content it is. I mean, of course it matters, but it doesn't matter what kind of media it is, as long as it's in English. If you just, I think as long as you expose yourself much to English content, I think over time you just get used to it. So yeah, from games, from music. I mean, I play games like Undertale. It definitely helped me a lot with my English. So I think it doesn't matter from what media you learn English from, as long as it's in English, like with the right kind of English. I think that definitely helps you a lot.
Yeah,
Thank you.
100%. Yeah. So someone else want to speak? Did you say something? Oh, well, anyway, 100%. Like TikTok, things like that, Instagram, like even scrolling through it. Yeah, Undertale. Yeah, Undertale's sick though. I do like Undertale, but yeah, like there's a lot of yeah, social media, even scrolling through TikTok, things like that, Instagram. Yeah, everyone uses it. Damn, these people mentioned Undertale.
Everyone is going for games, yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, Undertale was a good game. Good game. But so yeah, you're right. You're right. Like a lot of people do use it nowadays. Indonesia has become more westernized, like I've seen. Um, yeah, it's interesting. You're right. But yeah, Indonesia's become more westernized. I've seen like a lot of the students have become using slang, using different like terms in English. Yeah, without even realizing. So yeah, no, you are right. But that's where like music and stuff comes in as well, because they're listening to, you know, all this rap like nowadays, because you see it all on TikTok anyway. So you hear a good beat, you're like, oh, what's this song? And it ends up being a good song, so they look it up and they listen to it on repeat, because some people do that, and then they just, you know, learn the lyrics, and then they get curious about what it means, and they look it up and they learn it. So there's same as like Taylor Swift, what Selena Gomez, like I don't know, but yeah, there's a lot of ways to learn English without even knowing that you're learning English. So yeah, like just basic conversations I've seen in schools and things like that. You know, they're using English to have a conversation, and I walk by and I hear it, and I'm just like, wow, they're using English instead of Indonesian. You know what I'm saying? Does anyone have any more questions?
Any more questions from the students?
You can ask me about games if you want, if you're really that interested.
Yeah, Mr. Scott, maybe my question is more like looking ahead, yeah. How do you envision the role of English evolving? So in the career for these students who are later, maybe in the around 2 or 3 more years, they will graduate, right? And
Oh,
given the
100%.
increasing globalization in the industry, how is English is important for them?
Yeah, so yeah, 100%. Like over the years, it's just going to improve even more, really. So like even now, like I can hear most of your English is like almost perfect anyway. So yeah, over the years, like, you know, say 2 or 3 years, when you finally get a job and things like that, you can actually, yeah, you're 100% past the IELTS, TOEFL, things like that. Go abroad. This will encourage you, you know, to learn more and start businesses if you want to start businesses, to make connections with other people to encourage you to start this business. Oh, sorry. So yeah, this will have a, you know, a good effect on you learning English, especially if you're, yeah, like I said, going abroad and things like that. You need the communication to, you know, make deals and travel, like navigation, eat like the basic needs, even just making friends,
Mm.
like making friends like you did online, but instead of doing that, like in real life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, over here, Frederico raised his hands. Frederico, you want to ask question?
Yes, please.
Yes. You may
Okay,
ask question.
so hello, Mr. Scott. My name is Federico. I'm from electrical engineering. I want to ask some questions that may relate for nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So this era, I think people often use like social media for their daily lives. I mean, they spending more times, like 2 or 3 hours for spending in Instagram or TikTok, something like that. That English, like daily English, I think for conversation is like uh as usual as well, that used for commenting in posting or Instagram reels and something like that.
Yeah.
But I have a small issue, like I want to become an engineer one day, and I want to start working in some industry that may use some formal language, and the English form is like business form, so it has different vocabularies and has a different grammar. Instead, I using Instagram form for English, daily English conversation, and how I can discover more about uh, the different vocabulary. I think because nowadays I learn from social media like YouTube, Instagram, some stuff like that, but I didn't find some any treasury or different vocabulary out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you
Thank
mean.
you.
Yeah, so you're talking about like informal and formal language, right? So, you know, if you're going to be using formal language, yeah, if YouTube isn't really working, like depending on what you're searching, I don't know, but there is ways, you know, like Google Translate to, you know, say you know the Indonesian way of saying it, you can translate that into, you know, Google Translate. This is kind of what I do with Indonesia. So like I translate in English to Indonesian and I get the word for it. Sometimes it's incorrect though. So you do need to search it online to kind of see if it's the right and then look up the definition. So this is the way I do it. I yeah, Google Translate the word, copy and paste it onto Google and look up the definition of what that means in Indonesian. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure it's what I actually want to say.
Yeah, I think the dictionary is crucial key to the way to get more knowing about the vocabulary,
Yeah, yeah.
especially the hard vocabulary, but or the strange one. But I think it's kind of boring to studying abroad more than social media. Social media way. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, I know what you mean. It is boring. But this is why I say like kind of take notes. Like I said, if you're struggling with words and things like that, use Google Translate. Search up what that words mean, but keep it on your notes so you know exactly what that word means. Yeah. Like learning something will always be boring, like regardless of, you know, what it is really, because no one really likes learning, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, every like it's always going to be boring, but you have to if you really want to focus on what the words mean and everything else, uh use the informal like word and then just use Google. Like that's probably the funnest way you can do it. Just use Google for the formal way. So do you know the words formal and informal? So if you just use the words like, you know, say you want to use the formal word for, I don't know, teapot, you just search up on Google what's the formal way of saying teapot, and then just take notes on what it is. Like the dictionary, you can also use, but like you said, it is a boring way of doing it. But you know, you can also take notes from that. But you know, why do that when you can do like copy and paste it, right? So you just copy and paste it onto your notes and just have it there at all times. So you can just memorize the words, just go over it. So that's probably the funnest way you can do it, I guess. Not really fun, but easiest and quickest way of doing it. Because
Okay,
once you're
okay, I think I get the point. Thank you for the suggestion.
You're welcome. But yeah, like that's what I do with if I want to learn a word in Indonesian, I would search the word up on Google and then on Google Translate, and then I would look up the definition of what that means. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of do the same with the informal and formal. So you look up the word. I want the formal way of saying this on Google, and then it will give you all the formal, words. You just search up what that means, the definition, and then you just read it, copy and paste it onto your notes. So when you've got a list of the formal words, you can start using them in sentences. You know what I'm saying? And letters, emails, things like that are also very important with this kind of vocabulary. So yeah, like sending emails, yeah, that's a very big thing also. So you can, like I said, you can do the formal or the informal way, but it's best to do the formal way. So yeah, that's where the words come in and everything else. But you can start using those words in your emails, and say you want to send a letter or a formal message to one of your bosses or one of your other clients. Yeah, you can start putting these words that you've just learned into these messages. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Any other questions?
Yeah, one more from Rufen Sucipto. He raised his hand as well.
Okay.
Rufen?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, I have a question that I would like to ask. You mentioned about language barrier earlier. So my question is, how do you overcome, or how do we can overcome that language barrier? Like, especially for you here in Indonesia, I think not all of people here can understand English. So what means can we use to overcome a language barrier for us?
So, well, lucky for us, we've got technology. So like I said, Google Translate, that's how I overcome it. If I want something, I Google Translate it. So, but this is kind of where I pick up words also. I pick up a few words you Google Translate. So, even in schools and things like that, sometimes it can get very, very awkward because like you'll be asking them questions and everyone will just stare at you and it's kind of like, they don't know what you're saying, like what I'm saying. So Google Translate is like a godsend, really. That's how I do that. But also hand gestures, or sometimes when I'm using PowerPoints and things like that, I can use the PowerPoint in like a image as an image, so they kind of understand what I'm kind of saying. Say you're on the street and there's a language barrier, Google Translate is a big thing. Or sometimes if I'm too lazy to use Google Translate, I just point to it. I'm just like pointing towards it. I'm like this. But yeah, like the best way, what use the materials that we got now these days, yeah, which is Google Translate. So that is probably one of the best ways to do it, in my opinion. Any other questions?
Maybe any other question from Rufen? The language barrier.
No, that's all. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So Mr. Scott, this is actually maybe one of my worry with the Indonesian students when learning English. So when I check their work, like for reading, maybe they are absolutely perfect. And then when talking about their comprehension after reading, it's good. Writing, especially perfect nowadays with the ChatGPT and everything else.
Oh yeah.
And then also for listening, 50-50 because we are not familiarized yet with the foreigners here. However, the speaking, sir. So how can we as Indonesian speaking citizens. You know, we don't used to speak English most of the time, and then hence that what makes us or makes the students hesitant to use English in their daily lives. Can you give advice for all of the students here to, you know, familiarize themselves in speaking English for most of the times, and also to have confidence to speak in English?
Yeah, yeah. So actually, some of you already do it. You're already
Mm.
doing it. Like social media, like Discord, and you know, you play games with your friends. You're because you're not there in person, you're more confident of speaking English, right? Because you're not speaking directly to them. You're speaking, you know, online. So already you're kind of, you know, helping yourself. So this improves your English a lot. But when it comes to speaking in person, the only thing I can really say about that is just be more confident, because we, like, as a native, I know that it's not your first language, you know what I'm saying? So if you do make mistakes and things like that, it's okay. Like, we know that it's not your first language. So we're not gonna like judge or anything like that because of like mistakes. Like, so don't be hesitant of speaking up, because you know it kind of makes it look like you can't speak English at all. You know what I'm saying? So the best way to do it is kind of force it if you're going to speak, and if you make mistakes, it's okay too. Because even me speaking Indonesian, like I make mistakes all the time. But you know, like there's one time I was eating something spicy and I was like, oh, panas, you know, instead of padas. So yeah, then the guy was like looking at me and he was like, yeah, it's very hot today, mister. But yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
like things like that. Sorry, what did you say?
Nothing. So it's like different, right? Pedas, So you said it's panas because it's hot, but people think that it's hot because of the weather. Is it?
Yeah.
So
So yeah, like hot because of the weather, yeah, because I said panas instead of padas. So
okay.
yeah, do you have any more questions or anything like that?
I don't think that there's any more questions. Maybe if the students wants to meet you or wants to learn with you, you can share about it.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'll be in the sorry, I'll be in the UMM building D anyway. So yeah, I'll be one of the teachers there. So there'll be other teachers there also. So if you do have any more questions or anything else, that you can come to me. On the what floor was it?
And
On
floor, I believe.
the 10th floor. Yeah, there we go. The 10th floor. So if you do want to see me or anything else, you can come to me and ask me questions in person. And if you want to boost your confidence or anything in English, you know, I don't mind a quick conversation. It's perfectly fine. If you do want to feel like, if you want a conversation about games or anything like that, feel free, because I can talk to you about anything. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for today. So, guys, 2,000 and some of the students who are on the YouTube as well. If you want to ask more about or to learn more about English, you can ask all of your lecturers here. We have Miss Hong, Pak Eddie, Miss Rose as well, and every other lecturers who are attend in today's class. Also, Mr. Scott, who will be available at UMN 10th floor. Building D, ya, sir, ya?
Yeah, building D, yeah.
Yeah, you'll find him there. That's all about English literacy for today. I won't give any assignment or task because there would be like a lot of students who will do it. So I'm going to skip that. I'm going to give it back to your lecturers. Thank you so much for today, and hopefully to see you again. If you have time, please come to our restaurant, Prasanti Restaurant on the 3rd floor as well. We are opening our restaurant on the Tuesday and Wednesday as well.
You're
Okay?
in a restaurant?
Yes, in Building D. You have to
Nice.
come.
Yeah, I'll
We are
come.
opening for lunch and evening dine-in.
All right, nice. I'll be there.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Eddie. Bye-bye, everyone.
All right,
I'm going to
bye-bye.
end the
Good night.
class.
Yeah.
So we are now allowed to leave the meeting.
Yes, you may leave the meeting. Thank you so much for your
Thank
attention.
you, Mrs. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Miss.
Thank you, Miss and Mister.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Scott, thank you very much. Is he leaving already?
Yeah, it's left, I guess.
Okay.
Is it the end of our session today?
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
cannot
maybe-
give the task because I cannot give the task. It's
Hmm.
too much.
Yeah.
Someone asked about the attendance, sir. How is the attendance?
Attendance is taken care of outside the classes, so don't worry about it.
Ah, okay. The attendance is taken care of outside the class, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.